Hello, testing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. We're going to start our event and our announcement right away. All right, good afternoon and welcome to Concordia University of Edmonton. My name is Jelena Bojic. I'm a Director of Community Relations here at Concordia, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you all here today for this very special announcement. First, I'd like to acknowledge that we're gathering on territory of the Treaty 6 Nations and homeland of the Métis Nation, Region 4. At Concordia, we respect the histories and cultures of Indigenous peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant communities. Concordia University of Edmonton is a boutique university, small enough that every student is essential, yet large enough to have a global outlook. In and out of classrooms and lecture halls, students translate what they learn into extraordinary hands-on experiences. Everything we do at Concordia is student-centered, and that's why this special announcement is taking place today at Tegler, which is the heart of our campus and a gathering place for our students. Today's program includes greetings from Concordia, from Chamber of Commerce Brazil Canada, from Invest Alberta, Edmonton Global, the Consulate General of Brazil, the Government of Alberta, and a Concordia exchange student. We also have to mention there are many viewers here and online that are following us online because we're being live streamed. So a warm welcome to all of those who are following us. And now it is my great pleasure to invite Dr. Manfred Zoik, Vice President of External and International Relations here at Concordia. Dr. Manfred Zoik has 25 years of experience at universities as a professor and administrator and came to from Brazil to Canada 16 years ago. He leads Concordia's international, innovation and industry, fund development, and extension and culture portfolio.
Good afternoon. Minister of Jobs, Economy and Northern Development, Brian Jean, Consul General of Brazil in Vancouver, Mr. Renato Mosca de Souza, other representatives from different levels of government, provincial, city, Mr. Paulo Orlandi from the Canadian Consulate in Porto Alegre, Brazil, who is joining online, partners from Chamber of Commerce, Brazil, Canada, Invest Alberta, Edmonton Global, President Lorman, and Concordia University colleagues, Concordia University of Edmonton, and all partners from Brazil that are watching us now live. Welcome, everyone. Boa tarde a todas e a todos. É um grande prazer saudá-los nesse evento importante de parceria entre a nossa universidade e a Câmara de Comércio Brasil e Canadá. It is a great pleasure and honor for us to be part of this moment and time of our university, our city, province, country, and connections with Brazil. As a Brazilian immigrant to Canada for 16 years, coming up now in January, I had the privilege, working for 11 years at Concordia, to start our international portfolio at Concordia. This vision and strategy started in January of 2012, and among the 100 MOUs that we have today worldwide, Brazil is one of our 3 main strategic focuses in the world. And we just have signed our 18th MOU in Brazil last month with University Caxias do Sul. We have amazing partners with federal, state, community, and private universities in Brazil, from the south, Rio Grande do Sul, to the north in Alagoas and Bahia. Brazil is the country where we have the highest number of MOUs, 18. We have been establishing a solid mobility for students and with Brazilian and Canadian scholarship programs. We have sent professors to Brazil who taught, undertook research, collaborated on published research papers, and welcomed colleagues over here at Concordia. We sent our concert choir to Brazil to sing in 3 different states with 8 partner universities. In 2014, we have set a new strategic direction to this university based on a Brazilian model, namely the establishment of industry connections, applied research and entrepreneurship on campus. From 2016 to 2020, we created 3 applied research and innovation centers. And this year, in October, we have launched the Concordia Innovation Hub, the CIH, comprised of the three centers and led by the newly appointed Associate Vice President Innovation, Dr. Isha Katyal. Isha Katyal, could you please stand so that people can see you? He is our leader in this. Thank you. The centers will work with and facilitate innovation and entrepreneurship at Concordia, applied AI, applied renewable energy, in strong connection with the research carried out by our faculty. And here we have our Associate Vice President Research as well, Carla Salvador. Would you please stand as well? I'd like to introduce you. We are collaborating very well with you. So the centers are working already with stakeholders in Canada, Brazil, Europe, and Asia. In our city, our CIH has been collaborating with other post-secondaries, with AMI, Elixir Simulations, City of Edmonton, Health Cities, Edmonton Unlimited, Edmonton Global, and Invest Alberta, among many others. This new collaboration between Concordia and the CCBC, Chamber of Commerce, Brazil, Canada, will, along with regional innovation entities being formalized here with an MOU today, is the highlight of these multilateral efforts and friendships. My team's vision is at Concordia to foster Edmonton, Alberta's connection with Brazil, and to foster Brazilian networks and mentorship from south to north here in Canada. The establishment of the Western Canada-Brazil Hub at Concordia is a great moment for us all, a great honor for us, and a formidable opportunity to foster the teaching, research, and innovation on the international front, while being able to attract Brazilian innovators and investors to our city and the whole of Alberta in Western Canada. I would like to thank here now Dr. Patricia Garcia da Rosa, our Western Director for the Western Eastern Chamber of Commerce, Brazil, Canada, who thank her for, and the colleagues, for this collegial contact, for the trust, and for the joint venture that we are establishing today. And now it is my pleasure to announce our very first company who will move into our hub, MidCity. So MidCity, an innovation company on the forefront of the fight against climate change. MidCity develops studies and provides advisory to companies, governments, and international agencies around the world focused on advancing the energy transition, promoting energy efficiency, and mitigating carbon emissions. And they are watching online here. Hello, friends from MidCity. And they say, after 9 years based in the LATAM realm, the Latin America, MidCity is expanding its global presence, and they are confident in choosing this promising hub to base MidCity. Thank you for your choice, MidCity. They aim to join forces with the expert minds already located here in Edmonton and Canada in order to multiply its positive impact on countries and populations all over the world, changing the way people produce and use energy and helping to build a low-carbon future. So welcome to Edmonton, welcome to Concordia, welcome to the Brazil Hub, MidCity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Zoik. Now we're going to hear from Dr. Tim Lorman, President and Vice Chancellor of Concordia. Dr. Lorman is Concordia's 8th President and Vice Chancellor and has been at Concordia for 19 years. He has been a professor in the Faculty of Education and served in a variety of administrative roles, including as Dean of Research and Faculty Development and Vice President, Academic and Provost. He has been a steadfast supporter of CUE's internationalization and innovation efforts and is a true champion for our students. Welcome.
Thank you, Jelena, and welcome to all of our esteemed guests and our Concordia community here today, as well as the people watching online. I'd really like to thank each of you for coming to our campus today from Toronto and from Vancouver and from all over Canada. And also to those people who are taking the time to join us virtually. And I'm really very personally honoured and excited to see this Brazil Hub come to life based on our campus. And we know how valuable this partnership will be for the Concordia community, for our city, for our province, and indeed for the whole of Western Canada. Today is indeed a day to celebrate. I've been fortunate enough to visit our university partners in Brazil, not all of them, most of them. As Manfred said, we have 18. I've probably been to a dozen of them. And they have the same innovative model as what we're trying to build here at Concordia, although of course on a significantly larger scale, where industry partners work with staff, faculty, researchers, and students in a very vibrant campus environment. Indeed, this is where we took our inspiration from when we started to build our Concordia Innovation Hub. I was most impressed by the tech parks that are connected to many Brazilian universities, where large companies, for example, Hewlett-Packard and others, Microsoft, right down to very much smaller startup businesses base themselves, and they base themselves on campus, and they are immediately connected to that campus community. And it serves two purposes. First, it enables these companies to take advantage of the expertise present in the university environment. And second, it benefits the university, providing a real world, quote unquote, environment in which to incubate ideas and unique learning opportunities for students. We have all the ingredients at Concordia to make the Brazil Hub a great success. And I have to say, one of the great benefits of this process we went through recently was the development of some pretty strong new partnerships throughout the region with, we already had partnerships, but it's really a deepening of them with organizations such as Edmonton Global and others. So that's been a really nice collaborative and I must say collegial experience as we went through this. Now, last year, as you can see, we celebrated Concordia's 100th anniversary. So for more than 100 years, our university has been a gathering place for students all around the world who are committed to making a difference and being leaders in the community. And we've really ramped that up in the last 10 years, thanks to the efforts of Manfred Zoik and his team. We're now entering our second century with tremendous momentum, purpose, and potential. We are an internationalized, research-oriented, industry-connected institution that attracts learners, faculty, staff, and partners who are leading with curiosity, with talent, and with passion. Together, we proudly nurture a culture of creativity, collaboration, and innovation across our campus, and the Brazil Hub, I think, will be right at home in that sort of a community. So on behalf of our entire Concordia community, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our new partners and our friends in Brazil, including the team at MIT who are watching. We look forward to working with you, and we're here to make sure that you succeed. We can't wait to see what comes next from our partnership, so thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Lorman. Our next speaker is Chamber of Commerce Brazil-Canada Director, Michelangelo Maddalena. Michelangelo serves as the Director of Legal Affairs and Risk Management, the Vice President of Option Consumateur, and the CCBC Director, both not-for-profit organizations. A law graduate in Quebec and Brazil, Michelangelo is bringing greetings on behalf of CCBC.
Boa tarde a todos. Com grande prazer que estou aqui representando a CCBC e todos os nossos membros. Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure that I'm here representing CCBC and our members. I'd like to start by thanking Minister Brian Jim and Consul General Ambassador Renato Mosca for the presence and support, but also like to thank our partners, Invest Alberta, Edmonton Global, Concordia University, BCCC here present, and many others for your partnership the last years was very important for us. The next few months, CCBC will celebrate 50 years. We're talking about nice round numbers. And we are planning more than 50 events to celebrate. And among 8 economic missions, 10 matchmaking events, and more than 20 business and cultural activities. And among them is the Brazil-Canada Hub. This is a project that I personally like. I remember a few years ago being part of the brainstorm session for this project. And it's nice to see that we are opening the 3rd branch. The first one was opened in São Paulo a few years ago, and we already have several Canadian companies going to Brazil, incorporating Brazil and doing business in Brazil. Beginning of this year, we opened the branch in Montreal, which is also doing well, and I'm very pleased to be here with our partner announcing the opening of our chamber here in the Western Canada. I guess I'll be very short today. I want to give a special thanks to Patricia Garcia, our director for Western Canada, without whom this project would not be possible, and all of you. Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Madalena. Next, we'll hear from Cecilia Oteiza Aires, Investment Attraction Advisor with Invest Alberta. In this role, she works with prospective investors to understand their objectives and coordinates with team members and stakeholders to attract businesses into our province. She has worked closely with CCBC to strengthen the Alberta-Brazil business corridor. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Cecilia, and I am so proud to be represented in Invest Alberta in this event. I first want to congratulate the CCBC, Concordia University Edmonton on the joint effort in bringing the Western Canada Brazil Hub to Edmonton, Alberta, as well as thank everyone involved who has made this achievement possible. Eu gostaria de parabenizar vocês, a CCBC e a Concordia, por esse grande marco e, sem dúvida, fortalece a relação entre o Brasil e o Alberta. It is truly wonderful to be able to celebrate this international milestone with so many people in attendance today, including the Honorable Brian Jean, Minister of Jobs, Economy and Northern Development, Consul General Renato Mosca de Souza, Concordia's Tim Lorman and Manfred Su, Edmonton Global Sarah Tiet, and CCBC's and the BCCC representatives. Personally, this is a very exciting development. I call Brazil my 3rd home. I was born in Canada, grew up in Chile, and I am the proud mom of 2 half-Brazilian boys. It is a great honor to support the coming together of 2 countries that I love. A Brazil hub in Western Canada, based right here in Edmonton, is a significant development for Brazilian companies looking to explore opportunities in Alberta. And we have a small win today to celebrate, which is wonderful. Being able to connect with a supportive network of key players in the Alberta economic ecosystem will fast-track their decisions, bringing more investment and jobs into our region. And of course, we benefit locally from the richness of the international connections and relationships we foster. In the spirit of collaborative efforts as this one, it is important to highlight the steps we have taken together in order to bring our visions to the forefront. Back in September, on the 200th anniversary of Brazil's independence, Invest Alberta and the CCBC signed a memorandum of understanding to support and promote economic activity between Alberta and Brazil. The MOU reflects our shared vision and values and priorities. This agreement was an official start to our partnership with the CCBC and created a strong connection between our 2 regions. That momentum has only been growing since then, as we work together to expand Alberta's profile worldwide. The Brazil Hub will show companies that Alberta has a business-friendly environment, remarkable talent pool, and access to innovative technologies across sectors. We have no doubt that this collaborative effort will contribute to economic growth and job creation in our province. Once again, I would like to congratulate both the CCBC and Concordia University of Edmonton on establishing this joint initiative And we at Invest Alberta look forward to continuing our support for collaborative efforts such as these. Muito obrigada. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia. I'd now like to welcome Sarah Tiet, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships with Edmonton Global. As a proud Chinese Canadian calling the Edmonton region home her whole life, she can mix Mandarin, Chinese, Vietnamese, and English all into one sentence. With 20 plus years of leadership experience combined with a result-driven personality, Sarah is delivering greetings on behalf of Edmonton Global today.
Thank you. Now, with all those language skills, I cannot speak Portuguese. I'm very sorry. So I'm extremely honored to bring greetings on behalf of Edmonton Global at this very exciting announcement this morning. First of all, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to the whole Mid-City team who's watching us via live stream online. Congratulations on being the first company to launch in this newly established Western Canada Brazil hub. Knowing that your work is focused on clean energy and energy transition, there are good synergies between your organizational goals and what is happening in the Edmonton metropolitan region. The Edmonton region is Canada's first and largest hydrogen hub. We've been a long-time leader in clean energy, and we look forward to working with you and finding ways that we can collaborate and support your growth here in the region. The Brazil hub is exciting news for the Edmonton region, and we're so honored that the Brazilian Chamber of Commerce has chosen Edmonton, Alberta, Concordia University to be home to the first Brazil hub in Western Canada. We're thrilled about this new partnership and look forward to working together with our good partners here at Concordia, Invest Alberta, and the Brazilian Chamber of Commerce to attract new businesses into our region. We look forward to seeing how Edmonton region's strengths in artificial intelligence, agriculture technology, energy, and other emerging technologies will support the growth of companies that land here. And on behalf of Edmonton Metropolitan Region, a huge congratulations, and again, welcome to the Mid-City team. We look forward to working with you as you expand your presence here and welcoming more Brazilian companies into the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. And now, before we continue with hearing from some more special guests today, our Vice President, our Vice President, Dr. Manfred Zoik, prepared a small performance to celebrate this new partnership between Western Canada and Brazil.
As a tribute to our Brazilian culture, I would like to perform a song. The composer is Antonio Carlos Jobim, or Tom Jobim. And this is a tribute to this icon of our Brazilian culture. On December 8, 28 years ago, he left us. He was the father of the bossa nova style in the early 60s. He interacted with the American jazz scene, and his compositions are very sonorous, rich in harmonies, changing harmonies, dissonance, surprising developments. He said, and it shows, that he was influenced, among others, by French composer Claude Debussy. Tom Jobim is an icon of the Brazilian culture and music. I am thankful to the Instituto Antonio Carlos Jobim in Rio de Janeiro for authorizing and supporting me to perform this song. Jobim composed this song 30 years after his famous Girl from Ipanema in 1991. It is called Querida, Darling, and you can notice the nuances and the harmonies and tonalities. He had his amazing singers, his band, who sang a few stanzas with him in many occasions, I will perform it on my own. It is my privilege. I'm humbled and honored to do so. The look I'm wearing is a homage to Tom. É uma singela homenagem ao nosso grande Tom Jobim. Longa é a tarde, longa é a vida, de tristes flores, longa a ferida, longa é a dor do pecador, querida. Breve é o dia, breve a vida, de breves flores na despedida, longa é a dor do pecador, querida. Breve a dor do trovador, querida. Longa é a praia, longa a restinga, da Marambaia a Juatinga, grande a fé do pescador, querida. E a longa espera do caçador, perdida. O dia passa e eu nessa lida, longa é a arte, tão breve a vida, louco é o desejo do amador, querida. Querida. Longo é o beijo do amador, bandida. Belo é o jovem mergulhador na vida. Vasto é o mar, espelho do céu, querida. Querida. Você tão linda nesse vestido, você provoca minha libido. Chega mais perto, meu amor, bandido, bandida, fingido, fingida, querida. Querida.
All right, thank you, Manfred, for that great performance. I know the song will be in my head today because it's such a great melody. Oh, I think we're having some trouble with our mics. Hopefully not. All right, now it's my great pleasure to introduce the Consul General of Brazil in Canada, Renato Mosca de Souza. With an education in international relations and an extensive career in foreign affairs, Mr. de Souza served most recently as an ambassador for Brazil in Slovenia, prior to coming to Vancouver, Canada in 2021. We are honored to have Mr. de Souza here today.
Thank you very much. I must say that when you close your eyes and listen Professor Zelk, be sure you are listening Tom Jobim. It's the same tone of voice. It's really incredible. I was shriving. It's really amazing. Well, thank you very much. All protocol applied. I would like to greet Minister of Job, Jim Brian Jim, yes. And Professor Tim Lorman, President of the university, Professor Manfred Zelk, who has been an important partner. We have worked for cultural events here. Tomorrow in the same place, there will be a concert celebrating 200 years of Brazilian independence. I would like to greet the representatives of Invest Alberta and Edmonton Global. They will be an important partners for this Western Canada hub in the near future. Representatives from CCBC, Michelangelo, and from the BCCC, Peter Hawkins, Patricia, my dear friend, and ladies and gentlemen, students, it's a great pleasure to be here in Edmonton for the launch of the Western Canada Hub of the Chamber of Commerce Brazil Canada in partnership with Concordia University of Edmonton. I would like to thank Dr. Tim Lorman for the hospitality of hosting this event and the hub here in the campus of the university. And I would like to point out that since I came last year to Vancouver, I was convinced how important was to bring visibility to the West Coast. In Brazil, every businessman know very well Toronto, Montreal, well, the East Coast. Of course, they know as well the West Coast, but there is not the same focus. And it was very important to show them how important is this region for our bilateral relation, Brazil-Canada. Just to have an idea, half of Canadian exports to Brazil is fertilizers from Saskatchewan and Alberta as well, I think. More than $2 billion. Our bilateral trade exchange was in 2021 more than $7 billion. And in 22 has risen to almost $9 billion, what is really important if you compare the bilateral trade relations of Brazil with other important nations in the world. The establishment of the Western Canada Hub comes an important moment post-pandemic. And we have ahead, of course, for 2023, some expectations of recession in the world. Of course, there will be enormous obstacles to the growth, but even for this reason, I think we must concentrate on the opportunities. And this is a land of opportunities. I had the opportunity to visit Calgary in July, and we had a lot of conversations with Patricia, now the director regional of the both chambers, CCBC and BCCC, and this is important because we are able to promote a kind of synergy of all stakeholders and partners with this objective to promote the region, to promote Alberta, and to give visibility to the opportunities we can find here in West Coast. The idea for this hub was conceived when Paulo de Castro, who is director of the Chamber of Commerce Brazil, Canada, visited Vancouver to take part in trade shows we organized earlier this year. I was not present. My deputy, the minister, hosted Paulo de Castro, and they had the opportunity to talk about that. And some months later, I visited Calgary, and I insisted in this idea of having a hub from CCBC and BCCC as well in the West Coast, because this could bring more attention and could foster the partnerships and the opportunities. And today we celebrate this launch of the hub, the Western Canada hub. And I'm not good with words, but I like results. And normally when I propose something, I want to accomplish something. And 1 year later, I see that this is something real, and I'm very glad to be part of this. Of course, we are minor partners in this process, but the market has its own dynamics, and I'm very glad to be partner and to be part of this project. And now it's not anymore a project, it's an accomplishment. Our hope is that this, okay. And I have another thing to announce. If you want to open, we are using this opportunity to show or to launch as well a study made by the Chamber of Commerce, Brazil, Canada, thank you, in partnership with the consulate, about how to export to the Western Canada. This is a manual, a guide for Brazilian entrepreneurs who want to invest here or to make business here or import something. And of course, this is a win-win situation because both sides will have the opportunity to bring benefits for both countries. Well, just last but not least, I'm certain that this moment unveils a new phase in our relationship between Brazil, Alberta, and the city of Edmonton, which will bring visibility and partnership. And I thank you very much for all the partners here, all the stakeholders involved for this, for making this dream real. Thank you.
Thank you, Consul General. We have the great pleasure of having Minister Brian Jean with us today as well. Mr. Jean was elected to the Legislative Assembly of Alberta in March of this year to represent the constituency of Fort McMurray-Conklin and was sworn in October 2022 as the Minister of Jobs, Economy, and Northern Development. Thank you for being here and welcome.
Hello, everyone. Boa tarde já a todos. Thank you, Yelena, for that kind introduction. And I will tell you, I promise not to sing. That'll probably give a lot of you confidence because often that's how they clear a room, is they get me up at the front. I have to tell you, I did have an opportunity to visit Brazil once. I was actually a federal politician for 10 years, and I felt pretty important and strong and fit. And I went down to Brazil, and I met this gentleman by the name of Marvio Charles. He was the 2004 world champion of jiu-jitsu. And after 10 days, I returned to Canada with a lot more humility and a broken foot and 2 broken ribs. But I love Florianopolis. It was an amazing and beautiful place, and the people amazing as well. Thank you for inviting me here today, and on behalf of Premier Daniel Smith and my Alberta government colleagues, I bring greetings and best wishes for today's event. Partnerships. That's what it's all about, building relationships and building strength for each other, with each other. And as Alberta's new Minister of Jobs, Economy and Northern Development, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today to celebrate a new source of trade and economic growth for both our places. The decision to establish the Brazil Hub here at Concordia University of Edmonton speaks to Alberta's economic momentum, which through innovation, diversification, and job creation is ensuring that we continue to be Canada's economic engine. And we are. Our province is a land of opportunity with the highest weekly earnings in the country. A record level right now of venture capital investment over last year, which was another record year, and leading the nation in employment rates. And Alberta's economic advantage also features lower taxes, affordable housing, and a highly skilled and well-educated workforce. Alberta is an incredible place to work, live, raise a family, and prosper. We know that. And we can add to this announcement to our success stories. And I'm very pleased that the Chamber of Commerce Brazil Canada has established its Western Canada Hub right here in our capital city, further adding to our positive economic momentum. The new hub fits in well with many of my ministry plans, including our own hub of sorts. It's a concierge function to help investors navigate their way through the many resources that we actually offer in government and to answer any questions they may have to make their introduction to Alberta business a seamless one. Customer service. I understand your hub will have a similar function in helping Brazilian investors and entrepreneurs connect with government and industry partners to take advantage of strong Alberta and Western Canadian markets. Very happy about that. And I'm confident that this hub and supporting efforts from Alberta's government will enhance existing trade and provide new opportunities for growth in other sectors. Thank you to all the partners here today. Thank you for being involved in pushing the envelope so that we can get to this point. I'm also confident that the hub's activities will help create job opportunities for Albertans and for many of those who move here. And people are moving here. In the second quarter of 2022, we reached the highest level of net migration ever recorded. People are coming here to build careers, support their families, and take advantage of all the great opportunities that Alberta and Albertans have to offer. I'm certain that the opportunities and promises Alberta offers were a factor in the Chamber of Commerce Brazil Canada's decision to locate the hub right here in Edmonton. Congratulations to Concordia University of Edmonton for being chosen for this initiative. I know that this hub, like many hubs, will be a great addition to your institution. Congratulations. And thank you to the Chamber of Commerce Brazil Canada for making this move. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I think you made the right choice. Thank you for inviting me to participate in today's announcement. I wish the Chamber and Concordia all the best in your future endeavors. Obrigado, Ibo.
Thank you, Minister Jean, and thanks again for being here and recognizing the significance of this partnership. As we said at the beginning of today's announcement, we are always centered around students. So our last but not least speaker today is our exchange student, Carolina Belloc-Yanke. Carolina was born in Porto Alegre, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, but grew up in Florianopolis, Santa Catarina, Brazil. She's studying drama at the University of the State of Santa Catarina, and since the end of August, she's been here in the exchange program at Concordia University of Edmonton. Welcome, Carolina.
Thank you. Boa tarde a todos. Good afternoon. So, my name is Carolina Belloc-Yanke. I'm a drama student at State University of Santa Catarina in Florianopolis, Santa Catarina in Brazil. And in this semester, I'm doing an exchange program here in Concordia University of Edmonton, also as a drama major. First of all, I would like to thank the invitation for this speech. I feel really honored to be here and for being able to express a little bit of my gratitude and talk about the importance of international partnerships for the academic community. Since I arrived here, I have experienced unique moments of learning, reflection, and integration that were only possible due to the welcome that this university provided to me and to the other exchange students. I know, as an international student who had the opportunity to come here through a connection between my Brazilian university and Concordia University, how important it is to establish international partnerships, both for countries which grow culturally more, and for us, students, that we have the opportunity to work in research and innovation in different parts of the world. I hope that we can unite our countries more and more in search of a future of equality, research, innovation, and learning. Thank you, and obrigada. Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much, Carolina. And now I'd like to invite Dr. Manfred Zoik, as well as Concordia's Vice President of Finance and Operations, Rizwan Kanji, and Mr. Michelangelo Maddalena to do a formal signing of Memorandum of Understanding between Concordia University of Edmonton and Chamber of Commerce Brazil, Canada, as well as Patricia and Consul General to please join right at this table here. And I'm just sorry, my apologies, the minister, if you'd like to join as well for the photos and the formal signing. Thank you. All right. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you all for attending today, as well as thanks to all the guests that have joined through the live stream. You all helped us celebrate this exciting announcement and starting a new phase of opportunities and collaborations between Edmonton region and Brazil. Thank you and obrigada. Have a wonderful day.